Greetings, Vineyard family. It is early on Monday morning here out at the church, and I'm enjoying a nice hot cup of coffee here and want some porch time with you. Um, just so glad to be here with you guys. I miss you guys throughout the week. I love seeing you on Sundays. And throughout this season, especially because we're going through the Advent, and I have just enjoyed going through the Advent and seen the different really cool aspects of God bringing out things about the second coming of Christ and then the first coming of Christ. And so we've been going through several different things. We've been talking about hope, we've been talking about faith and joy and peace, and now we're going to talk about love. Uh, Love is one of those amazing things that comes after these. You know, in 1 Corinthians 13 talks about, faith, hope, and love, and the greatest of these is love. But that all of these are connected. All of these are dynamic words. They're action words, things that can really change not just us internally from the inside out, but also they change the world around us. They change our family. They change our children. They change our workplace. You know, the old saying of being a thermostat and not a thermometer. You know, that we can change the temperature. We can change the dynamic of the culture and the space around us. So let's talk about love for a little bit and what love is. To me, I define love as investment. So if you think about it this way, think that you were a millionaire and that you had stock in Coca-Cola, and that you had, say, $1 million invested in Coca-Cola. Well, if you had $1 million invested in Coca-Cola, you're probably going to be pretty interested in what's going on with the company, right? You're going to want to know what their business plan is, the CEO, future marketing, all of these different things, what your return's going to be, of course. That's because you're invested in it. You have placed value in it. Something that's valuable to you, you have placed it in that company. But let's be honest, though. If you haven't, if you haven't invested the money and Coca-Cola goes under, still got Pepsi. That's not bad, is it? Well, it's not great, but cherry Pepsi was good. It was very good. But anyway, so that whole idea of investment, that you are taking time and effort and energy and focus and investing it into something. You see, the opposite of love is not necessarily hate. See, because if you hate something, if you hate it, that means you're still invested in something enough to want to change it, to really want to make a difference in saying, hey, you know what? This isn't right. This isn't good. I want this to change. So the opposite of love is not necessarily hate. The opposite of love is indifference, is I just don't care. I really don't care whether people live or breathe or die or whatever else. It's very much of a selfish attitude. It's all about me. Your identity is all about you and what makes you happy in the moment, what makes you happy in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. And it really doesn't take into consideration other people at all, whether that be your spouse or your children, or again, people at your workplace. It's a very selfish attitude. So love and how that works out practically in our lives is if we truly want to invest in people. Again, that takes energy, effort, and focus. It takes time. Something I hear people say a lot about, with their kids and with the time they have with their kids is, we don't have a lot of time together. We don't have a lot of quantity of time together, but man, those moments we have together, they're sure great. And the funny thing is, though, is that you really can't schedule out a quality moment. Like, okay, son, next week, Tuesday at 2 p.m., we're going to have that quality moment together, all right? And it's going to be just great. It's going to be deep. No, you can't do that. The quality moments come out of the time that you spend together, the time that you invest in each other. So love is definitely something that is an action word for us. And how does that play out practically in the world? I mean, we get this example from Jesus first, that he literally chose to submit himself to our needs. He didn't have to. He could have said, hey, you guys screwed up. You guys are going to sleep in the bed that you made, or what is that, cook in the pot that you made, or something like that, whatever, No, he didn't do that, though. He said, I'm going to come. I'm going to come and I'm going to save them. I'm going to choose to submit myself to their needs because they can't get out of this. There's no way they can pay off this debt. So I'm going to choose to submit myself to their needs so that they can be saved, so that they can have a relationship with us, with the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. And that's what he did. He came. And that's what we remember during this time. He came down to earth at this time in the form of a child, of a baby, so innocent. And he lived a life, a perfect life of obedience to his Father. Now, sometimes love means as well choosing to obey God instead of listening to the crowds around us. We are inundated during this time of year with just, ads and marketing and all these other things saying, hey, you need to buy this, you need to have this. Hey, if you don't spend $1,000 on your family, then, you're not, you didn't have a great Christmas. But I tell you this much. Jesus didn't come with millions of dollars and gifts and everything like that. He came with himself, his presence that transformed the people around him. So I want to encourage you, church. I want to encourage you, families, and husbands especially, during this time of year. Be present. Be present with your wife. Be present with your children. Be present with your family. Invest in them. It's the most loving thing you could possibly do. Thank you so much for spending some of this porch time with me this morning. I look forward to seeing you guys soon at the next Sunday that I'm there. Please don't hesitate. If you need anything, call us, email us, write us, whatever it needs to be. But we want to pray for you. We want to make sure that you're taken care of because we're a community. We're a community of faith. We're a family. And we want to get through this time together. So bless you. Have a Merry Christmas and a great New Year. Awesome sauce. I want to wear the mask. To be quite honest, I am way more handsome than Tom Holland. I mean, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, maybe not Tobey Maguire. I think it would really be cool. I mean, it would draw people in.
Take out the mask.
Fine. Gosh.